Today. So my name is Alexis Hughes. I am a North Carolina and South Carolina realtor out of the greater Charlotte market. I am with eXp Realty, seven-time icon agent. I rate top 3% in the Charlotte market. And I built my business solely utilizing social media. So what I mean by that is I was not the girl that like doing like play dates. When I got licensed, I was a stay-at-home mom of a 1-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 5-year-old, and I'm not the play date type. Like I'm just not. I'm a extroverted introvert, if that makes any sense to anyone. And so I was like, how can I find clientele? I had a very small SOI because I was new to the city we were living in. And so I was like, okay. And I used social media to build my business. So we're going to talk today about the differences in that. And I call this class from ghost mode to growth mode because the ultimate goal for your social media is growth, right? Not necessarily going viral, not necessarily having a million followers, but you want to consistently grow and you want to make sure the followers you have are engaged with you, that they're real people, right? So we're going to talk about those that buy those followers. Always a bad idea. So with that being said, let's talk a little bit about how buyers and sellers are actually utilizing social media in today's age in order to find their agents. So typically, the average buyer or seller, about 6 to 12 months out from pulling the trigger, they're on Google, they're researching, they're on Zillow, they're researching. And so what inevitably happens is the algorithm gods, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, right? Those algorithms, they start noticing what these people are interested in. And so in their feeds starts popping up real estate related content. And so that content can be several different things. And we'll talk about the different things you should be putting out there. But those range from property tours to educational videos to market reports, so many different things. And so you have to show up. 98% of the entire population is on social media. And I would, I don't have the exact numbers, but I would say the majority of those people are on social media a lot. So we're basically given an opportunity to network, have networking events all the time. And so we definitely want to be on there. And they are choosing these agents based on who they're resonating with. So we hear that your vibe attracts your tribe. So we want to talk about being authentic, showing up authentically to you and your brand. They are choosing agents based off of, engagement. For a seller, it's going to be important to see, their listing videos get tons of views, right? So it's social proof. And if you think that these buyers and sellers are not looking at your social media, you would be surprised. I have won several listings, and the reason why is that my sellers were able to find me on social media platforms, and the agents I was competing with either weren't there at all or they were a secret agent. And we're going to talk about being a secret agent as well. And guys, while I'm going through this, if you have questions, feel free to raise your hand, pop them in the chat box. I'm here to answer any questions that you guys have whatsoever. So let's jump into it. So the psychology, what you should be aiming for when you're working with social media is not leads. Yes, you can lead generate with social media, but that should not be your goal. Your goal should be to get people to know, like, and trust you, right? So how do we do that? Well, again, back to those algorithms, making sure we're showing up in people's feeds based off of what they're looking at online. When you're invisible online, so social media, people don't think you're in this full time. They are giving you social authority. And I want to talk a little bit about that because I see a lot of mistakes. And this is where we're going to screen share. So some of the number one mistakes that I see agents making on social media is you have absolutely no mention of your real estate career in your personal profile at all. Your contact information is not readily available. There's no clickable links. And you have like zero. If someone were to Google Alexis Zillow and I wasn't me, right? You have no presence online. So what should your profile look like? And yes, we are talking about your personal profile. So when you go to my personal profile, you see right here, Mom to 3 kids, wife, Christian, North Carolina and South Carolina, Greater Charlotte market, top 3% realtor, right? You know exactly who I am from the get-go, from my social media. And then you can come down and you say, oh, look, there's her TikTok. Oh, look, here's what she does. And then you can go to my link tree and connect with me. You can search homes on my website. There's custom homes that I have. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can schedule a call with me if you want to. This plugs directly into my calendar. You can follow me on Facebook, LinkedIn, all of that. So definitely making sure that this is filled out correctly. Now, the next thing that I see agents do is when they link in this section here to where they work, they link totally to their brokerage site, right? So you'll notice, yeah, I do attraction for EXP on a global scale. So I've got EXP there, but I also own My Charlotte Homes. And when people click on it, it takes them to me. It does not take them to EXP's page, because then it takes the consumer off of you. You always want to keep the consumer on you no matter what you are doing. When you go to my page, you can see, here is my phone number, here is my website. Everything keeps them on me. I am not sending them anywhere different. So the top thing that I want you guys to take away from this today is do an analysis of your social media today, all of them, and make sure you have, who are you? What's your contact information? Link to a business page that's yours. If you guys don't have a business page and you don't want a business page, that's totally fine. Do not link to anything. The last thing you want to do is take people off of your page. Just don't even do it. Just put North Carolina, South Carolina Realtor, or wherever you are. So that today, and it needs to be everywhere. It's Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. And so a lot of agents make the mistake with social media. They rely on one platform to serve as a lead generation, brand awareness magnet. They may have other platforms that they dabble in, but they've got one typically they favor, and that's where they put their energy in. And the problem with that is none of these, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, will ever build you a sustainable business just off of the one. So you should be utilizing all of them. The primary amount of business I get is from Facebook, but I still get 2 or 3 clients from TikTok a year. I still get 3 or 4 from YouTube a year. Instagram, I'll get 5 or 6. And so that compounds. So anytime you're posting real estate related content, don't just stick to one. Don't just favor one. You want to go ahead and post it all over. Now, I am not an expert in social media, guys. I do what works for me. This is strategy that has worked for me. So you will have some people that will teach you, you need to be putting different stuff on all the different platforms. It shouldn't all be the same. And that's fine and dandy for anyone that has the time or the money to pay someone to do that for them. Me, what I do is I just put it all on the same thing, because I know that people that are on Facebook all the time may not be on TikTok all the time. And people that are on TikTok all the time very rarely log into their Facebook. So I want to hit all of those markets. I want Pam Barbie to be able to see everything I'm putting out because she's on Facebook and doesn't use any other social media. Just like I want, I'll just use a random person, Lindsay, that stays on TikTok for 12 hours a day to see my information as well. So posting on all of them. The next thing I want to talk about is our link strategy. So, guys, you have content, okay? You may think you don't have content. Oh, I don't have listings. I don't have this. I don't have that. You absolutely do. But the number one mistake that I see agents make with social media when they're putting listing videos out there or property tours, all of that, is not you guys, sorry, I sound like I'm attacking you. I don't mean that. But what we'll see is they'll share a listing, whether it be their own or it'll be from someone in their brokerage or an agent that gave them permission. And they will put on there, oh, great home at 407 Apple Lane. They'll give you all the information. They're putting up 36 photos. And then that's it. DM. Okay. First of all, what you did is you gave away the address. So the first thing they're going to do is they're going to go and they're going to Google it and they're going to end up on Zillow. So great. You just gave them away as a lead. Number one. The next thing is they're probably not going to DM you. 9 times out of 10, they're probably not. They're going to research the property a little bit. They're going to share it with their spouse or a significant other or a mom or a dad, right? What's going to happen then? Because everybody knows 5 realtors. Mom's going to say, oh, I love this. Let me send this to Bob Smith that helped us buy our home. He can get us the disclosures, right? So please, 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 please think from a marketing standpoint when you're posting listings on social media, and think of it from a standpoint, what is the attention, what's the hook about this house, what's going to get them interested? So it could be, oh, Farm Life is calling, check out this new listing that just dropped, price at whatever the price is going to be, right? Then you can put some information, like you can see this one, I put the address, it's my listing. If it's not my listing, I'm not putting the address on there. Psychology there. My listings, I could care less if I'm getting a lead from them or not. I'm sharing them because I want my dang listing sold. So I'm going to put all the information there. If it's a listing that's not mine that I'm utilizing to generate buyer leads, no, I'm not putting that information there. I want to be the gatekeeper of all the information. I want you to have to go to my website, or I want you to have to call me, right? So the next thing is no links, or worse, the links you're putting. Send the potential lead, this follower on your platform, sends them to Zillow or Realtor or the listing agent site, right? Like, love the listing agents, but when I tell someone they can share my listing, I don't expect them to give me credit for the listing or anything. No, share it free, like find a buyer for me. I'm glad. So you will see this short URL right here, and it takes them to a dedicated website for more details and photos. So now who's showing up? Me. Oh, look, they can schedule a showing directly with me. They can do a 3D walkthrough of the house. They can watch that marketing video again. And guys, if you're not doing video, please do video. Video gets more engagement than any other type of posting you can do on social media. We're going to talk about that too. But it's one of my pet peeves. I understand not everybody's comfortable in front of video. We'll talk about some workarounds to that as well. But you can see this gives so much more information than we're allowed to actually put in MLS. So it's not only keeping people on you so that that lead's not going off into the wild, wild west of the web to connect with whatever person is going to give up half of their paycheck to Zillow, or pay thousands of dollars a month for them on another site. You're keeping them on you. Now, always, always, always put the link in there so that they go and they get more information. Sometimes you're going to use a link to a dedicated website. Other times you're going to use a link that has forced registration. So on my website, you get 2 free views most of the time. So you can look at 2 houses, and then it's going to force register you, right? If I am using it to lead generate, when I am creating a link for my website, I am going to check a box that makes them register right then and there. And a lot of people don't like this, and that's okay. That's really okay, because I want to work with people that have a high intent. Their intent is to buy the home. They are clicking on it because they like this home and it's a contender for them. I really could care less about Bob Jones that is just bored and scrolling and wants to look at some pictures. Bob Jones, you are not going to be buying in 5 years. You go ahead and you Google and research and do all that stuff. So I always link it to my website. The next time I use just my website and I do forced registration is if I'm investing money into ads. I am not going to invest money in ads just for the sake of it. I want to make sure that I'm getting results. I'm giving you something, you need to give me something back. That's your phone number and your email address. So keep that in mind, thinking the psychology behind everything. I've talked a lot, so before I keep going, I want to stop for a moment, see if there are any questions. If there are any questions, you can put them in the chat box, raise your hand, do whatever. So let me give you guys just a moment and see if there are any. And if they're not, we'll keep trucking along. All righty, guys. We got several modules to get through, and I don't want to waste your day, and I try not to be boring. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is what I call post and pray, right? So you see it all the time. An agent may have a listing. They're putting just enough to hook someone. They may have a URL that takes them to a website. They post it, and oh my goodness, these don't work. It gets 100 views, this and that. Well, guys, if you don't have the followers and you're just putting out a post, the only people that are going to see a post are your followers, unless you take an extra step. Okay. So what does that extra step look like? Well, see this right here? This is my listing video. If I just posted this, I wouldn't get very much action happening there. What am I going to do? I'm going to share it, but I'm not going to share it on my feed. Why? It's already on my feed, guys. I'm going to share it in my local groups that this actually pertains to. This home is in Locust, North Carolina. I'm going to post it there. Typically, I just copy and paste everything, but you could put anything here. And I'm not just going to stop at that one group. You can see it's been shared 7 times. I'm going to share it in all kinds of groups. I'm going to share it in What's Up Charlotte. I'm going to share it in Charlotte or Stanley County, all information. I'm going to put it on all the realtor groups too, because I know I've certainly sold quite a few homes in my day because I saw a listing on social media from another agent that fit for my clients that I otherwise wouldn't have seen on MLS right away. So everywhere, share it. That's called sweat equity. That's the #1 way that you can get your post seen and start building authority and stuff like that. Now, the next way is to run an ad. So this has been boosted, right? I've boosted this, and that's fine. So when you're running your ads, what do you want to see happen with this? What is the goal behind it? And you really have to think about that, because that's going to be how you set it up. I don't want my phone ringing off the hook for this. I really, really don't. Sometimes I just want the video to get watched. Other times, I want people to visit the URL in the actual link so that they want more information. So you can pick your goal based off of what you're trying to achieve in the ad you're running. Some ads are for lead generation. Some ads are for brand awareness. Some ads are just to build your database. What does that mean? Okay. Lead generation, obviously listings and ads, what is your home worth? Here, multi-property squeeze pages where curious about how many houses are in North Carolina or Charlotte, North Carolina on an acre or more for under 400,000, click the link below, right? So those types of things are lead generation. Then building your database, right? This is, hey, click below for a free monthly market report. That's building your database. You want to pull those people in. They're not going to be buying. But when you send out your monthly newsletter, or you send out your happy Halloween, or you send out your happy 4th of July, it's going to your entire database. You should constantly be growing your database, and not just with buyers or sellers that are intent to do it right now, and not just with your past clients. Constantly, your goal should be to add at least 100 new people to your database every single month. And that can happen in a multiple different ways. Some with lead generation, some with brand awareness, some with, just making sure you grow your database. So make sure you're thinking about what you're trying to accomplish when you're choosing this goal. Next thing that we're going to talk about is special ad category. It always has to be set to housing, always, or it's going to kick it out. It's not going to work. The next thing we talk about is your audience. It really depends. Like if I'm doing an educational post, then I can send that to all of the United States, because I want someone in Arizona to see that and say, oh, wow, she really knows her stuff. Call me and I can say, hey, I don't work in Arizona, but I've got some great partners that do. Let me refer you to them. So now you're building referral as well. So those things definitely United States, but sometimes you're wanting just your local audience, right? And so in this, you will put county, city, you can put whatever parameters you want. But here's where you have to be careful. You have to make sure that your age groups are open, because if not, it's federal fair housing violation according to Facebook. So make sure that that says 18 to 65 and up. But the interests, right? If I am putting out a listing video, I'm going to want people that have been visiting realtor.com, house.com, Zillow, Trulia, right? So I'm going to put those interests in there. If I am just wanting to build my database of local people, I'm not going to put those interests in. I could care less if they've been on Zillow in the last 3 years. I want someone that wants to a free market report every month. That doesn't mean that they're necessarily on Zillow browsing or whatever, right? So keeping all of this in mind. And then you can set your budget, right? This is great. 2 days. Typically you want to go 4 or more, right? And you can do, it will make you reset your budget. I've spent too much this month, so you can reset your spend amount if you want to. Do your end date, and then you can do your daily budget, right? So you can see here, if I were to do 150 a day, it would cost me $600. I've run it for 4 days, and they are saying your estimated result. We will reach 22,000 to 65,000 accounts this way. And since our goal is a link click, meaning going to the website, we can expect 648 to 1,900 people to click the link, right? So determine your goal. If that's too much, you can do $16 a day, 64, and still amazing results. Take it down to $6 a day, 24 bucks, and you can reach up to 9,000 accounts, and you can expect 92 to 266 links. I know that this, run it on Instagram too. If you don't have Instagram, go ahead and create one. And I don't worry about the pixel. You can put the pixel on. I'll be very honest. I have no idea what the pixel is. Again, don't claim to be an expert. I'm just telling you what works for me. And so when you do this, several things are going to happen. Number one, you're building your clientele, you're building your database, but you're getting seen by people you otherwise wouldn't see. And that's where the magic happens, because you have a professional dashboard, even like you have it, and you can see, oh, wow, 249,000 views, 4,100 interactions. And this is from the last 28 days. I got 12 new followers. That's great. They may not be in my database, but they're following me. And don't look at my earnings, because apparently I can't figure out how to earn money through Facebook. That's the one thing I've got to figure out. Well, I lie. I earned 72 cents. I really, really worked hard for that. So the next thing is your comments, everything. A post is only as good as how much it gets seen and how many people that are actually interacting with you. The worst thing you want is 11,000 views and nobody's liked or commented, right? There's something going on there. We need to figure it out, which leads me to leave negative comments, respond to negative comments. You want to know why? The more comments that are showing, the more that Facebook and their little algorithm brain is going to think people want to see this content, and they're going to put it out to more people. So let the trolls troll. Then someone, or Kim asked, this has to be from your business Facebook page, right? No, it does not have to be through your business Facebook page. If you are on the professional mode for Facebook, you do not have to, all of this is available on your personal Facebook page now. It used to not be, but it is now. I still recommend having a business page because it gives you some social proof and authority, right? Typically what I do is I'll post to my personal page, because my personal page is naturally going to have more followers than a business page will, right? Also, Facebook will push in the algorithm a personal page before it will a business page. So if I'm posting real estate, I post on my personal page and then I share it to my business page from personal. I used to do it flip side. Before these tools were actually offered on the personal pages, I would post to the business page, then share it to personal. I flipped it and it's worked out so much better. While we're talking about follower count, I want to touch on this subject. Followers are great, and you will get hit with, oh, buy some followers, buy some followers, buy some followers. I'm going to tell a little story here, and I'm going to out myself, okay? I had a TikTok account. It got suspended well, not suspended. It got banned because if you don't know, I am pretty opinionated with my opinion, and I got a little too opinionated for the TikTok gods. It had 33,000 followers on there. That's amazing. And I'm not going to say that some of them weren't organic. Quite a few, probably a couple thousand were organic people that followed me for no, like that's what they did. But the rest of them, I was hitting that promote button on TikTok where it's like get more followers, and all those followers are fake. They're not real people. So I had 33,000 followers, but nothing converted. I didn't get views, I had no comments, no interactions, nothing. So I restarted a new TikTok about 4 months ago. I committed. I am not using that promote button on there. I am not. So where am I at? I have 385 followers today on there. And I am more busy now responding and interacting with these legitimate people and followers than I was when I had 33,000. I'm getting new followers every single day consistently, whereas unless I was paying to grow on it before, I wasn't. So don't fall prey to to buying the followers. It sounds good in theory, but it's really, really, really not. All right, so we got the no more post and pray, share it, put some sweat equity in, boost it, whatever. But let's talk about variety, okay? I am not the one that's like, hey, your profile should be 80% personal with 20% real estate. If that were the case, I wouldn't have social media. I don't even like social media. I use it for real estate. So I put in personal stuff, but I'm flipped on that. I'm like 20% personal and 80% real estate. But I'm not just posting stupid crap. There is a strategy to it. So yes, we love pretty houses, but what are we posting pretty houses for typically? Eye candy and engagement. That's that real estate porn, y'all. We need to have some mix of it in there. But you also want to educate, right? So educating, that's how you're building the trust and authority. That is why it's important. You just don't post it on your personal page and then not share it or not boost it, because your friends and family already consider you the authority. You're just reminding them, right? The new people need to know that. An example, when I live in Midland, North Carolina. It's about 45, 50 minutes from Waxhaw, North Carolina. All my market, I know it well. It's fine and dandy. But whenever I am posting educational stuff, I am sharing it all over to all the groups. At least twice a year, I will get a message from someone, hey, I watch you all the time in What's Up Waxhaw, and you're super informative and really know the Union County market. I'd like for you to come and take a look at my house we're going to be listing soon. Because I did it consistently and I shared it and built that sweat equity. So education always. This is basically help is what can help you remember this. Pretty houses, education. Now you want to talk about lifestyle, right? This is what's going to make you relatable and build connection, right? So things I hate about living in Charlotte, things that, people moving to Charlotte might not know. We have copperheads, right? What's relatable about the lifestyle living in your area that's funny or unique or all of that. So educate them on that. Some people do the YouTube vlogs and stuff like that, and they'll take you on tours, and that's fine. I'll just be honest. I know my weakness here, and I will not follow through on doing that consistently. And anything you do on social media has to be done consistently. So find what you're going to do consistently and make sure that you're putting it out there. Lifestyle focus. The last P, personal wins, right? This builds connection too. A lot of agents, I don't want to seem like I'm bragging. It's just, I'm not doing that. That's so used car salesman. Okay, to each his own, you do you. What has worked for me is I share my damn wins, but I do it in a way that tells a story, right? So I'm not just going to be like, yay, oh, me, I cats. No, share a story. Why does the fact that I packed up my firm matter to my clients, right? Well, now I'm at 100%. Now I can invest more in marketing. Now I can negotiate my commission if I need to make sure you get what you need. Whatever the case may be, I turn capping into a win. What's another personal win that you guys can? Oh, we got this house under contract. Great. So tell a story. My sellers had to sell this home very quickly. They were under contract, moving for a new job, and we came in. We got a game plan together. This, market average days on market is 45. We sold it in 5. If you're thinking of buying and selling, please give us a call. So tell the story, right? But celebrate your wins by telling the story. So PELP, I know that's not like the prettiest little acronym, but pretty houses, education, lifestyle, and personal wins. Always share those. If you do one of those a week, that's 4 days of content. So there's your consistency. There's 4 days. Wow, you've only got 3 days left to think of something to do, right? So you want to repurpose the content across platforms, right? For efficiency. Again, I advocate post it all of it goes out on all the platforms, same exact videos, same exact posts, same exact hashtags. Only difference is like TikTok, I add FYP because for some reason that really gets you seen. So now we're going to talk about video versus static posts, right? When you just post, like so, what's up, Charlotte? All right, guess what? I am going to post this and nobody but my followers are going to see it. And not all of them are going to see it. You know why? I didn't even put a picture with that. The engagement and the algorithm does not reward just word posts, right? So I think, oh, okay, well, let me throw a picture in. Guys, I don't even know what's on here, so give me a minute. All right, I'm going to throw a picture in. Save. Still the same problem. It's only going to hit my followers. It's not going to hit all of them. And it's not going to be rewarded as much from the algorithm gods because it's not a video. So anytime you're doing something, and it can be actually, sorry, I'm going to take this off so people don't think I'm crazy. I got hacked recently, so I have to make sure this is right. So you want to make sure that when you're posting something, if it can be in a video format, put it in a video format. And then don't just post that video. No. You need to be sharing a reel. Reels are what get you seen by people that don't follow you. That is why the hashtags are important. The intent is important. And how do you do that? So like me capping, right? Well, I turned that into a reel rather than just a post. Gain some followers from it. Closing day. Turn it into a video. Yes, I can share just the pictures, but the video is what gets me seen by people that the algorithm gods know interact with content like mine, but they don't follow me. So keep that in mind. Next thing that we are going to talk about, I want to make sure, on your videos, they really need to have like a call to action, your value proposition, and a hook. Like if you're using it for lead generation, hi, my name is Alexis Hughes at the Greater Charlotte market. Nobody cares. People are going to keep scrolling. So try to look at what's trending right now. So like, good or bad, Sydney Sweeney is trending right now about jeans. So I utilized her in my ad for this training, right? And it literally, in the actual wording, it gives a hook, it gives what this is going to provide value for, and a call to action. Click below and register. People need to be told what to do. So keep that in mind, guys. Engagement and growth tactics. Let's talk about that. And if I'm going too fast, please let me know. So the goal and anything you're putting out as it pertains to real estate, growing your business, and getting leads and stuff like that is to turn your viewers into followers, your followers into clients. And that's why you need to be interacting. So if someone posts, oh, congratulations, as a comment under one of your photos, you need to be saying, thank you so much. That's why I say I don't care if there are trolls on there. I have these AI bots wishing me a happy birthday under a listing video, and my birthday was in March. You know what I said? Thank you, LOL. I'm going to leave it there. I don't care. I have another person going off about the growth and how us realtors are just destroying all the farmland and stuff like that. Well, I respond professionally, but I'm going to keep it there because that helps. That helps you. Then, guys, use polls, questions, things like that, but don't make it all the time. Occasionally, it's good to have a poll that you put up. Hey, what would you rather see added to Locust, North Carolina? A Home Depot or a Cracker Barrel? Right? People will engage with that, and that's what you want. And don't sleep on Nextdoor. I use Nextdoor, and it sounds old and antiquated, but I'm on Nextdoor just like I am Facebook and everything else. And I've gotten 4 listings from that this year. And I hadn't been on Nextdoor in 2 years until recently. So don't sleep on Nextdoor. I know that's kind of off topic, but I wanted to make sure we did that. And then hashtags, right? Like they're important. Let me show you. Love it or hate it, ChatGPT is a beast. What's the most viral hashtags on TikTok right now? Look how easy this is. You put it into ChatGPT, and it's going to give you the most viral hashtags to make sure that you're reaching as many people as you can in that post. Then it can break it down. Fitness, food, mental health, fashion. Well, okay, I want real estate. Make it real estate related to target potential buyers and sellers. And it's going to spit it out. It takes all the guesswork out. Takes all the guesswork out, and it's going to broaden your reach. So don't sleep on your hashtags. That's really important. You definitely want to be checking your numbers in that professional dashboard. Every social media place has that. So make sure you're checking your numbers in your dashboard and looking at what works and what doesn't. So like sometimes I'll make a post, I just know it's going to blow up. I think it's the funniest thing since sliced bread. And apparently I just don't have a good sense of humor because that thing will get nothing. But then I'll make a silly post that I don't think is going to go anywhere and it will blow up. Look at your content and what is performing. What is getting you seen the most? What are people interacting with the most? And continue to do that, right? And then you can see this weekly progress over here. Excuse me, guys. Facebook really like lays it out for you. It tells you exactly what to do and like challenges you. I'm competitive. I'm like, okay, we got 5 things to complete. Let's complete it. So look at that. And then really just making sure that you're doing this consistently. That is the most important thing. Do it consistently. And there are some apps that I'm going to share in the chat that I think are non-negotiables. ChatGPT is not an app, but you definitely need ChatGPT. I'm going to type these out. Canva is a must. That's going to help you with your designs, everything like that. Some people say CapCut is outdated. I freaking love it for multiple reasons. Number 1, it can turn video or pictures into videos. Number 2, if I look like crap that day, I can retouch it and get rid of some of these wrinkles and make myself feel better about myself. So for those of you that are scared of doing video, don't sleep on CapCut because you can smooth and make yourself look presentable to the way you want to. The other reason I love it is it has a teleprompter. So if you're not good at thinking on the fly or you're like, I can't memorize this, okay, use ChatGPT. ChatGPT, create a video script based off of XYZ. And you type in all your information, you hit enter, ChatGPT spits that out for you, your script, and then you pop it into the teleprompter. So definitely don't sleep on CapCut. And then really I use this every single day. Then your notes app on your phone. One thing I found with being consistent is some days I'm just burnt out and I don't want to do it. Some days I'm extremely busy and don't do it. So I really try once a week, 2 hours, I'm going to sit and I'm going to do a bunch of little different videos and fun things. And I'm going to go ahead and chat GPT what the caption should be with what hashtags. And then I put it in my notes app on my phone. So when I'm sitting in between appointments, I can put my post out there. It's already done everything. I just got to post it. There are scheduling apps that you can use. I'm terrible with those. So I can't give you any advice on that. For streamlining and links, Linktree is really good, and Calendly is really awesome. So people can plug right in with you from your social media. And then, yeah, just make sure you're responding, guys. And I did everything here, and that is all for today. If you guys have any questions, we can go ahead and talk about them now. If I need to go more in depth with anything, I'm happy to. I think we've got about 15 minutes left. But this is what I do, and literally all my business is from social media. And that even includes like referrals from other agents. Most of that comes from social media and being active on there. Thank you, Christian. So, guys, I do want to let Christian, I'm going to make him a panelist because we were chatting yesterday and he had some great insight. So, I'm just going to promote him to panelist. Again, if you have questions, drop them in the chat or raise your hand. But I'd like to hear some of his tips too because he was like dropping some little hints yesterday and I was loving them. So, Christian, if you want to just have some time to chat and talk about what we talked about today and give your tips, that'd be great. I think you're muted.
Sorry about that. Trying to get my camera up and running.
No, you're fine. I put you on the
See if this
spot. I'm
works.
sorry.
There we go. Well, great job. That was some really good insights, some things that I need to definitely be switching up with
Thank
what
you.
I'm doing too. So
Again,
appreciate it.
not the expert, right? But this is what works for me. And I'm like, hey, if it works for me, it's gotta work for other people too.
Yeah, when you're getting the results, I mean, it's always good to share. So did you want me to just share what I was talking to you about yesterday, or what do
Yes,
you think?
yes. I think what we were talking about yesterday was super, super interesting. And then just, you can share a little bit about who you are as well. And then, yeah, I'd love for everybody in this class to hear what we were talking about.
Awesome. Yeah. So I was a real estate agent, not anymore. Started out in California, moved out to the Charlotte area. I'm in Mooresville, Troutman, if anybody's from this area, and moved out here in 2022 and switched over into the financial space. But the reason Alexis brought me on is because we were talking yesterday, and I used to do YouTube very heavily and run Facebook ads very heavily. So I had an ad strategy that I shared with her. And is that what you want me to share?
Yes, yes.
Awesome. So she actually kind of touched on a lot of the core concepts around my strategy. So I'll kind of reiterate them a little bit and expand on them, I guess. So Alexis mentioned high intent, low intent. When I was running Facebook ads, the thing that I would look for specifically is very high intent people. And so the way to kind of think about this is if you think of a funnel, you're going to catch the most people at the top, but they're going to be very low intent. So the way to think about this in advertising or marketing is like think about a billboard on the side of the road, right? There's going to be tons and tons of cars that go by, but the likelihood of somebody that's ready to purchase a house like right now is going to be very low. So as you get higher and higher intent, you're going to be targeting less and less people. But those are the people that are actually willing to do business and ready to do business. And so my Facebook ad strategy in particular targeted high intent people. And the way that I was doing this was I was watching or creating market update videos every single month and running them as ads on Facebook. And the reason I chose those videos in particular is because nobody in their right mind would watch a market update video unless they are interested in buying or selling a house. And so one of the crazy things about Facebook, one of the reasons I'm so adamant about people using Facebook, especially for local businesses, is the retargeting options. And so what I would do, actually, would it be helpful? I don't know if this would help, but I have like a little like whiteboard. I could kind of draw it
Yeah,
out. Would that be
100%.
helpful?
Yes.
Cool. So let me do this real quick. I'll transition my screen. Can you see that?
Yes, and see, I'm learning too, guys. I knew I wanted.
Awesome.
I need to do the fancy screens. I need your fancy
Well, I do a
screen.
lot of videos, so this is how I explain concepts. So So we'll do the video, right? And this is we'll do like a little, I'm a little shaky. I drank too much coffee today. This is a market update video, right? And like I said, nobody's watching market update videos unless they are ready, willing to buy very soon. And so what I'm more interested in is not the total amount of views, but I want to see how long people are watching these videos. And once you get your formula down on your market update videos, you can do these consistently. I would shoot them every fifth day of the month, and I'd run them for the rest of the month. And I was doing it for low cost, $2 a day for the first 2 weeks, and I'd drop it down to $1 a day for the last 2 weeks of the month. So if you think of that, that's only that's like $45 a month, right? So what Facebook allows you to do is retarget. So I might have all these other videos. So this might be like a testimonial. This might be a like general real estate, like
What
explain the
is
buyer
due
or the seller
diligence?
process.
Yeah.
What was that? Yeah. Knowledge, right? This one might be something more specific, like fe 5 things to do, right? Something like area local specific. So the idea here is once you run this video, you can actually tell Facebook, hey, Facebook, I want to show these videos only to people that watch 50% or more of this video. So you see what I'm doing here is I'm only showing these videos to people that I know are really interested in real estate because of the nature of the first video they watched. So if they only
And how
watched,
long they watched it. If they only watched three
right.
seconds, then we don't want to retarget them and
Right, because
waste
they're
the
gonna keep
ad set.
scrolling. Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Or you can change it to 25% or 75%. You can experiment with this, right? But the point is you get to choose how much. And so this is very powerful because I have a high intent audience right here. And now all of my marketing dollars are going only to people that I know are high intent.
So
And
can
go ahead.
I share my screen real quick
Yeah.
and you tell me where I would go to find that retargeting?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
All right. Because I've heard of retargeting. I've just never played around with it. And I'd love to know. So, like, I guess we would go to our ads, right? Ad center.
Yeah, click there.
Okay. Dun, 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 dun. My computer always goes slow.
Yeah, you're
So,
good.
all
So
right.
this it may not be available here. If you go to
Like your meta
business,
business ad.
yeah,
Okay.
business.facebook.com, it'll bring
Okay.
up, or right on the right-hand side, it says tools, there's ad managers. Go to that real quick.
Where?
Right. You were just over it.
There
Right
it is.
there. Cool. So this is your ad manager page. So on the left-hand menu, there's that little block, that second one down, campaigns.
Okay.
Yep, hit that. Why don't we just create a new ad real quick, and we'll just do like a mock ad.
Oh, where's the create? I haven't been on this one in
That
forever.
that green button on the left-hand side, right next to the little picture of the
Oh,
credit card.
I don't feel famous. Oh, my brother. Hold on.
Mhm.
See, guys, I teach, but I like to learn with you. Christian didn't know he was going to be teaching us how to do this today. All right, so create.
So I would do, you could do they changed this recently. I would do either traffic or, yeah, there you go. Awareness is fine.
Okay,
Because this is
awareness.
going to be video views, right? We want to go for video views on these
Yep.
because this also, guys, this is more of a branding strategy as well. So this is
Yes.
going to get you in front of people. It's not going to necessarily collect their information, but what this creates is what I call the invisible list. And the reason we call it an invisible list is because Facebook has this list of all these people that have watched your videos, but you can't see exactly who they are. But we can still use it, right? We can use it to retarget, and eventually maybe one of those retargets is a lead form that they fill something out. But the cool thing here is they get that like time with you. And this is the thing I love about YouTube also is when people would call me for my YouTube channel, they weren't interviewing me because they watched 5, 6, 7 hours of my YouTube videos already. I was already their guy. I didn't have
You
to have a
built that
conversation.
authority. You built the
Exactly.
authority before ever even having a conversation with them.
And it's so weird. You almost become like a celebrity to them because you're on the screen. It builds in this authority. It's very strange. So anyway, so let's go to the next screen. Go ahead and just yeah, you got to do fair housing.
I guess I.
It's going to be in your targeting section. So click next.
Okay.
And then
Not,
scroll down. So in the audience,
where are we at? Audience, audience.
I
I'm
have,
going to be playing with this today.
yeah, it's pretty cool. So
Edit
doesn't, there we go. Edit
audience.
audience. Now create new audience right there. And what you're gonna do is um, click on the used saved audience right up above. Okay,
I
there.
have
Um,
like one, and it's probably a terrible one.
no, you're fine. You're fine. We want to create a new audience. So scroll down just a tad.
Okay.
Um,
Maybe do like Mecklenburg County.
well, it's going to be do detailed targeting. Can you click there?
Yeah.
Down below languages. Edit that. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is where it's going to be is no, this is not it. Shoot. Would it be you
I
want me to
think we
share
have,
my screen?
yeah. If
Okay.
because I know that you are way more comfortable with your stuff because I'm like that. If I try to look at someone else's Facebook, I don't know where anything is.
Yeah. I'll just share this real quick. So it's going to request for me to share.
Wow.
Ads manager. Here we go.
Got some
Okay.
playing around to do today.
So we're going to create an ad.
Okay.
Let me go different campaign, create awareness. I'm just going to run through a lot of this real quick just to get you to that spot.
Okay.
Next, let's see. Audience controls. I'm forgetting exactly where it's at in here, but I'll find it very quick.
Let's see.
Budget,
I've
account
seen it
control.
before, I think. I am fairly certain I've seen it before.
Yeah, well, they just did this Advantage Plus audience stuff and it changed everything around. They want to really control. So here it
Yeah.
is, create a new audience. So custom audience.
Okay.
And then what we're going to do here is within here, we've got all kinds of things. So you mentioned the pixel earlier. Another great option is you install the pixel on your website. And all that is, guys, it's a line of code. They make it really easy. You put that code on your website. And now what happens is Facebook can track people who went to your website, right? So you ever gone to like see Amazon, you see a product, now all of a sudden that product keeps popping up in your Facebook. That's
Yeah.
because there's a pixel. And so you can track it based off the website. But what you do here, this is meta sources, right? So you can do anybody that's interacted with your page, like Facebook page, and it'll allow you to kind of select. But here we do video, and you can select the specific targeting. So I'm going to say people who watch 50% of my video for the last, I'm going to say I want them to be hot, right? So I'm going to say the last 90 days on this. And
Okay.
then you can actually select a specific video that you want them to have watched 50% or more of.
Okay.
So that's where you're going to do it right there. And then
Perfect.
you save that audience. And now you're just going to keep hitting them, hitting them, hitting them. And what I would do is do this as this might be going a little too deep. I would do this at the ad set level. And
Okay.
then because then what you can do is you can run individual ads that you don't have to like reset this up every time.
Oh, okay. So I don't know about you guys. I think we should have Christian back to do a very deep dive on this exactly because I'm going to be playing with this like all weekend now. I'm fairly certain. So,
Yeah, we could
awesome.
go deep on Facebook ads.
Well, guys, I want to say thank you so much for joining us, Christian. Thank you for pouring into us too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Uh, Remember, every single Thursday, I don't even remember what next Thursday's topic is. Hold on, and I'll tell you guys. See, I don't even know what I'm training on next week, y'all. Just remember, every Thursday, 10:30, we are training. So next week, we're going to talk about brand awareness versus lead generation because they are different and they're both strategies you should be doing. And a lot of what Christian just talked about might come in handy for that class. So join us then, and you guys make it a great day. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel. That way you can get any of the training that you miss. All right, guys.